So the next step after we've drag and drug files within our course, the next step would be to add activities. Now in Moodle 1.9, when we wanted to add an activity to a course, we chose either the Add a Resource or Add an Activity pull-down menus and then just chose our activity. In Moodle 2.3 it functions a little bit differently. In the bottom right-hand corner of every week block or topic block, there's a plus sign that says Add an Activity or Resource. Regardless of what we're going to add in Moodle 2.3, we're always going to choose Add an Activity or a Resource. When we click that button, we get a long list and a menu list of options that we can choose to add to our course. Now some of these have been simplified from Moodle 1.9 and some of them are more condensed, but anything we want to find, we can just use the scroll bar to go down to the very bottom. So let's say I wanted to add an assignment. There's a term paper due in the middle of the semester and I want to add that assignment to my course. I'm just going to find it alphabetically within this list, click on the radio button to the left of that assignment, and if I look to the right hand side, I'm going to see that there's an explanation of what that assignment activity is made for. So if I have any questions about what is this particular activity or resource meant for, I can find the answer or the explanation over to the right there. But in this case, I'm just going to hit Add, and when I hit Add, it's going to process a second and bring me to the specifications of this particular assignment. So what I want to do first is give the assignment a name. So I can call this term paper. The next thing it's going to ask me is for a description. Now previously in Moodle 1.9, I had to add a description for an assignment, but I didn't have to do that for a resource. In Moodle 2.3, you'll add a description for both, and it doesn't have to be anything very long. It could be a word or two, if I really want it to be. This is designed to help students go into these assignments and get feedback or understanding about the nature of that particular assignment. So what I'm just going to say is this is due February 23rd. And once I have this message in here, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. I also have the option here to display the description on the course page. So what that'll allow me to do is if I click this and toggle this on, this description of the due date will appear directly below the assignment name on the main page of my Moodle site. The assignment settings are very similar to what they were in 1.9. The allow submissions from would be the first day that this assignment would be available. The due date would reflect the date that this particular assignment is due and the time. It'll ask me if I want to show the description for this particular activity, yes or no. Prevent late submissions. Again, I would warn you against this mainly because there's always seems to be extenuating circumstances, and if the student is late with that, you can check to see when that student has submitted those things and then grade accordingly. The next one's require students click submit button. This is basically a flag the student puts on their particular assignment that necessitates that this assignment is done. I'm not going to make any forward changes to this assignment. Go ahead and grade this. This is especially useful if you have an assignment that goes on for a running period of time that is turned in at different times for different people. Notify graders about submissions. This will let graders know, or whoever it is, a teacher or a teacher's assistant in the class, to let them know that that assignment has been turned in by a specific student. And the next one is notify graders about late submissions. So this is a new tool that comes along with 2.3 that will immediately let whoever is grading this course, whether a teacher's assistant or a teacher, that one of the students has submitted their work late. The submission settings is a little bit different as well. Previously in 1.9, if I wanted to add an assignment, I had the option of upload a single file, advanced uploading of files, or online text. In this specific initiation of Moodle, all of those are actually combined into one. So if I want an online text assignment, or I want to place a text box into which students can submit an assignment purely via just plain text, I can toggle this on and have that set up for that. Right below where it says file submissions, that's letting me know that, hey, I want them to attach a file, whether it's a Word document or Excel document or a PowerPoint presentation, whatever it may be. I want them to submit a file of that type along with their submissions. the maximum number of uploaded files. If it's only one file they're submitting, that's fine, but maybe it's a multi-part file. Maybe it's a paper with a bibliography and citations and notes, and I want those separately. I can add to the number of uploaded files. Maximum submission size is still the same as it was in 1.9. We can't have files bigger than 500 megabytes. And submission comments is basically like a sticky note the student can stick on the front of the paper to say, Professor, here is my paper, please pay attention to section 6 of the paper because I had questions about that and I'm not sure I did it right. Feedback settings allows me to leave feedback to go along with those submissions, and feedback files, if I wanted to change a paper, maybe add track changes, and inform the students what specifically was wrong with each section of the paper, I would toggle both of these settings to yes. The grade is whatever I would set the grade for, so how many points is this worth? My grading method is a little bit different, and we'll get into at another time in another tutorial what a rubric is and what a marking guide is, but I'm going to keep this on simple direct grading for now. And the grade category is if I have multiple categories set up in my grade book for specific activities or specific assignments, I can select that there. Group mode, if I've enabled groups or created groups and I want to assign them to a specific activity, I can do that, similar to what I was able to do in 1.9. Or if I wanted to divide out assignments based on groups, I can do that as well. Available for group members only, that would set that specific assignment only available to the group members that I've assigned that specific assignment to. But with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and hit save and return to my course. And when I do that, it'll create my assignment in whatever week I want that set up in. And typically, as a general rule of practice, the best thing to do with adding your assignment is to put that specific assignment in the week that it's due. Because what that'll allow to happen is, as that assignment approaches, it'll show up on the student's calendar and let them know that they have an upcoming paper, an upcoming assignment that's due. And now if I click on that term paper, it'll look a little bit different than it did in 1.9. Up at the top, it gives the description that I put in, and all I put in was that due date, gave me the name of the assignment, and it'll show me a couple of things. It'll show me first the participants, how many students do I have in this class. Secondly, submitted, meaning the number of students that have submitted. The third thing is needs grading, and this lets me know that how many papers have I not graded to this point yet. So out of all the submissions that I have, how many participants have turned in their paper, but I haven't graded them yet? And the due date and the time remaining just lets the student and myself know how much time is remaining. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and grade all those papers, I can click View Grade All Submissions, and that would take me directly to the grade book for this specific activity. And we're going to get into the grade book in another tutorial, but I wanted to show you the basic steps of adding an assignment and moving through all these things. Thank you for listening to this one. I hope you enjoyed.